Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. I'm going to turn this ugly face into something great. Just kidding. I'm going to do a super easy smoky eye and I'm going to start by pulling my hair back because I can't stand it when it's in my face. To start off this makeup look, I like to fill in my brows. I'm using ColourPop Brow Gel in black and brown. At first I start off with a MAC angled liner brush, which I'll link below, but I also use the Anastasia brow brush because it's thicker and it distributes the product really evenly and blends it really well through the brow. Because today's look is going to be quite a smoky, grungy look, I'm going to make sure that the eyebrow underneath is nice and tidy, and I'm going to carve it out with some concealer and this flat shader brush from Zoeva. So now I'm going in with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter as my first primer. I'll link this in the description below, and I'm just going to start by rubbing that into my skin gently. Using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm going to take two shades to start off with, Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange, and I'm going to use them as a transition shade in my crease. I just like to take a big fluffy brush and buff that through the crease so then it's easier for other colors to blend into it. The next shade I'm going to go into is Cypress Umber, and it's actually my favorite shade in the whole palette. It's a beautiful brown color, and I'm going to pack this all onto the lid. I used an angled shader brush, but I wished I used something a little bit denser, not as fluffy, because there was a little bit of fallout, and if I'd used something smaller, shorter, and more dense, there wouldn't have been much. I'm just going to take a tapered blending brush with no product on it and run that through the crease to blend Cypress Umber into the transition shades. So the brush that I'm using to blend the transition shades today is the Morphe M330 brush. It's a tapered blending brush, and tapered blending brushes are actually my favorite eyeshadow brushes ever. Once I've done that initial blending of the crease, I'm actually going to take a bigger fluffy brush and blend through the crease and transition shades again. Now with all this blending done, I've lost a little bit of pigmentation of the lid color, so I'm just going back in with Cypress Umber and packing that onto the lid. So now that all my eyeshadows are blended in and my Becca primer has sunk into my skin, I like to go in with a second primer. I'm using my Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer. So the Becca one hydrates and makes a really sticky base. This primer smooths everything out, so if I have any pores, like around my cheek area, on my nose I like to use this primer, and on my forehead. Foundation, I'm going in with Studio Fix Fluid from MAC in the shade NC35. I probably could have used NC30, but oh well. Now to blend this all in, I'm using the Real Techniques, what's it called? Sculpting brush, and it's like an angled buffing brush, and I think this would be really good for cream contouring as well. But once I'm done buffing this in, I like to go in with the Beauty Blender as well, but I don't think I filmed that today, but I do like going in with the Beauty Blender after and making sure that it's nice and smooth and pressed into the skin. I'm going to be going in with my all-time favorite concealer at the moment. That's the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Serum Concealer. I use the shade Light, and I'm going to place this under my eyes to cover my dark circles as well as highlight. I also like to place this concealer on my nose, on my chin, and on my forehead to highlight, and it just really helps bring my features forward and brightens them up and makes them look really glowy. Take my Beauty Blender and dampen it with some Fix Plus, and I'm going to use this to blend in my concealer. I really like using this technique, especially with dampening the Fix Plus. It just makes my concealer really hydrating so it doesn't cake and crack and look really bad under my eyes. I like setting my under eyes with the Morphe M438 brush. I think I saw this in like an Manny MUA tutorial. It's such a good brush to set the under eyes with. Don't know if there was enough emphasis there, But anywho, I'm going in back with the two first shades that I use, and I'm just going to run that under my eye. I used the same brush that I used to pack the Cypress Umber on with, so there's some residue of that as well. But I take the Anastasia brush that comes with the palette, the big fluffy end, and just blend the outer corner, and then, oh, apparently I'm going to put on some mascara now. I'm using the Benefit They're Real Mascara. I've been really liking this one. I haven't used this mascara in years, but I'm glad I've gotten back into it. And now I'm going to take my Ratchet lashes, which I've used a billion times before. These are the Ardell Demi Wispies, and they're so easy to put on. I love them. Now, I used the House of Lashes lash glue, which is a black, and it kind of splurged everywhere because I wasn't wearing any liner. So I wish that I just did a thin line on top of my lash line. Using the 1.5mm liner from Hourglass, I'm going to take that and line my tight line, which is the upper waterline, and I'm also going to line my bottom waterline. So that's what the face looks like now, so zoom you out big time. And I'm going to bronze up my face using my favorite Sephora bronzer. This is in the shade Tan 40, which I was trying to show you before. And this is a Nude by Nature brush that I'm absolutely loving. It's so soft. And yeah, just blending that across my cheekbones and up into my hairline so the overall look is nice and bronzy. Shout out to that hair that's sticking out there. Anywho, I'm going to highlight with my favorite Becca Champagne Pop, my favorite highlighting brush. This has changed my highlighting game forever. It's the Morphe M501. I want to get like 2 more of these. They're so good. It's just made highlighting so easy to do. I used to use a fan brush and I felt like it never applied as much pigment as I wanted to, but with this one, it's all easy, no problems whatsoever. I'm going to take the shade Vermeer, which is a super shimmery, like silver champagne color, and I'm going to place that on my inner corner to brighten it up. Of course, when I'm done with any makeup look, I'm going to douse my face in Fix Plus to make sure all the makeup settles in. It's my favorite thing to do. And I'm going in with NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London for my lip color. I used to wear this every day, so I'm glad I've gotten back into this product as well. It's an oldie but a goodie. And that's it for my look, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!